kid, it's the 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 kid. I know that I'm late with this, but guys, I have been super busy. You will not even imagine. So I've literally been on the hustle. So, but I didn't want to rush this. The African Cup of Nations is very dear to my heart. And it's very personal to me. I respect the World Cup, Champions League. I respect all of those ones. Sorry, I know pizza bread and hummus, chill. But the Cup of Nations is very, very personal to me because let's touch on why it's important, because I find it insulting whenever people say, "Oh, I went to Africa. Oh, let's go to Africa." Because Africa is a monolith. People don't know about the country, they don't know about the cultures. They don't know the difference between West Africa and East Africa, Southern Africa and Northern Africa. They don't know how different our cultures are, how we look differently, how we act differently, our different traditions. And that, for me, I just find quite insulting, because Africa is a lot bigger than the map of the European, because the map that we see is the Europeans' map. And as many people have attested to traveling to Africa, it's pretty damn big. So a continent that's big, surely it's going to be very, very vast with very different cultures. So the beauty of the Cup of Nations is like, oh, DR Congo, Uganda, Chad, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Senegal, Angola, Kenya, Egypt, Morocco, South Africa, like Mali. There are countries, and these countries are very different. Trust me, these countries are very, very different. We are not all the same. I know people say, "Oh yes, Africa, you're all the." Because I remember there was one time when a girl asked me where I'm from, and I said that I'm from Nigeria. She said, "Oh, Africa." I said, "No, I'm from Nigeria," and she was confused because she thought, "Oh, no, I don't know what Africa is a continent." I told I keep telling people, I have met Zimbabwe people before. There's a Zimbabwe guy that I work with in my office, and our cultures are very different. We have basic values and principles that are the same, but and he keeps on telling me that, man, you Nigerians are some special people. And I'm like, true. And I tell him about, you Zimbabwe people, you're pretty interesting people as well, because we're different. We're different. We're not all the same in Africa. I know that may seem crazy, but we're not all the same, I mean, would you like it if I just said to an Englishman, "Hey, you're European"? No, I mean English. No, you're European. But so I just like it because it's a celebration of all the different countries, and when you just see the supporters, I'm not trying to be biased or anything. This competition has the best supporters in the world. When you look at the color, the vibrancy, the different costumes that are worn, the way that people are supported. I remember in the World Cup, I think it was, I don't know who won the best fans. It was either Senegal or Japan who won the best fans. I'm not sure who it was. Was it Japan or Senegal? But that stuff is amazing. So look, man, Nations Cup held in Egypt, because for some reason Cameroon we're not going to hold it. I've got my super malt here. I hope you have yours as well. Yes, we're riding with super malt. Let's take a sip. Interesting. So let us ride. So first of all, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, got 6 groups. Interesting. I think there's going to be third place. So let's start off first with Group A. So in Group A, we have the hosts Egypt, DR Congo, Uganda, Zimbabwe. So I think, for Egypt, they would be looking, obviously they should aim for 9 points. But one of my favorite teams, DR Congo. I love how these guys play. They have an indigenous, local-based coach, and I just love how the attacking football that they have. So I think that is one that Egypt will have to be worried about. Uganda, shout out to my boy Danny T. What up, baby? Talking Tactics drops every Tuesday. Get it? I think Uganda and Zimbabwe are going to struggle. I'm hoping that Uganda do a lot better, because I think because the last Nations Cup they were in, that was the first time they were in for I think 30 years or something. So hopefully with that experience, they can maybe do a little bit better in this one. But I do feel Uganda and Zimbabwe are going to struggle, and first and second are going to be between Egypt and DR Congo. I think if DR Congo can maybe get a draw from Egypt and maybe win Uganda and Zimbabwe, maybe they can do something. But for Egypt, I really look at them getting 9 points. That is a very winnable group. I think Egypt will be too strong for Uganda, too strong for Zimbabwe. DR Congo will be their toughest test, but I think DR Congo's lack of experience and the lack of clinical finishers that I think Egypt will have, especially in your boy Salah, I think Egypt will be too much for DR Congo. So Egypt should set things up for 9 points. And I say, look, man, Egypt on their home soil are a beast. They're a beast. And correct me if I'm wrong, again, comment below. I think, ever since I've been watching this, I think that every time it's been hosted by a Northern African country, they've always won it. They've always won it. Like when Tunisia hosted it, they won it. I believe when Morocco hosted it, they won it. I think when Nigeria did, they won it. But every time a Northern African country hosts it, like they're extremely strong. And their record, whenever they host these tournaments, are just very strong. It's unlike from anybody in the region. Group B. Chill, look, let me easy. Let me just again. Group B. Look like this. Guinea, Madagascar, Burundi. Now, Guinea, I believe that's navigator. Madagascar, Burundi. Let me tell you this right now. I've been having a love-hate relationship with the Nigerian national team. And, unlike most people, I think most guys are like, oh no, I always support my country, I've always blah, blah. The love for the green and white and green, it's real. So when they screw up, I have no time for excuses or to cop any pleas. But let me tell you this right now. If Nigeria do not get through a group that consists of Guinea, Madagascar, and Burundi, I will be taking a very long break from the football world. I will. If that happens, I can't do any more coverage of the Nations Cup, and I might be taking, which I actually need actually because I've been working non-stop. I've hardly had any breaks. So it may be a blessing in disguise, but yeah, if that happens, yeah. So, and Nigeria should really be getting 9 points, although I think Guinea will prove to be tough. And I think Nigeria have had a pretty tough go of Guinea in the past. Guinea have always provided Nigeria some issues. I think I remember back in the days when Nigeria used to play in the Onikos Stadium. Nigerians will know the Onikos Stadium. I love that stadium, by the way. Back when this play in Lagos, this was back in the 90s. I think I remember Guinea, I think it was Titi Kakamara scoring 2 goals, coming and actually beating Nigeria at the home stadium. So, but so happy to see Madagascar and Burundi in there. First time that they've been in this competition for a long time. Burundi, I think it's their first ever time in the Nations Cup. Madagascar, they're a bloody island. So absolutely amazing to see them there. I just think it's beautiful just to see teams come in as first timers. So yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be cool. And I think, those are always very dangerous teams to face, guys coming in the first time. But let me reiterate my point. If Nigeria do not come through this group, first of all, they just come through the group with 9 points. If they come in second, forget these clowns. But if they don't come through this group, if they somehow actually don't come through this group, I'm done with football, and I don't ever want to see this team compete in any competition ever again. So I'll put it out there. Group C, another of the favorites: Senegal, Algeria, Kenya, Tanzania. Very nice to see Kenya in there. I think Kenya were in the last time Kenya were in this one was way back. I think back in my teenage years. So it's been a few years since they've been in the Nations Cup. So yeah, I expect Senegal to get all 9 points. I think Senegal should be told. Algeria have not really been as strong as they once were. Obviously, you got your boy Mahrez and your boy, I think Slimani and of course Brahimi. But I think Senegal will prove to be too strong. Sarr, Sadio Mane, Koulibaly, Niang. They should prove to be too strong for these boys. So Senegal should get all 9 points. Algeria should go in with them. But don't sleep on Kenya and Tanzania, man. Those underdogs, man, don't sleep on those underdogs. I think for Kenya and Tanzania, being such overwhelming underdogs, they'll play with a serious freedom. So both Senegal and Algeria have to be very wary. But I'm looking at Senegal and Algeria to come to that Group C. I think obviously for Group B, if those clowns, and obviously Guinea as well. So pretty nice group for Senegal there. Group D, I think this is the toughest group. This is the toughest group. Morocco, one of the other favorites as well. Really good team. Managed very well. The Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire. South Africa, Namibia. Going to be tough for Namibia. I don't think Namibia at the best may be able to steal a draw from South Africa, but I don't see Namibia coming through. It's going to be a three-way hustle between Morocco, Ivory Coast, and South Africa. I feel Morocco will top this group. Morocco, they beat Ivory Coast to qualify for the World Cup in that winner-takes-all game in the Ivory Coast. So I think Morocco will be too strong. I think Morocco will top the group. Morocco, I feel, are going to be one of the favorites in this tournament. So it's going to be between Ivory Coast and South Africa. Ivory Coast are just a team that, Zaha, boy is in there. He's going to be the star of the team. I don't know. Who is the coach for Ivory Coast? I'm going to say this afterwards, but because I'm a little rant about the whole local-based coaches. But let me just say, I'll say this afterwards. I expect Ivory Coast to do it. But they have to be on point because Ivory Coast have disappointed and have underwhelmed many, many times a day. So Ivory Coast, get your finger out at yourself and bloody do something in here, man. So yeah, Morocco top, Ivory Coast to come in second. I think South Africa and Namibia to miss out. Group E, Tunisia, Mali, Mauritania, Angola. Face value, Tunisia and Mali. Something tells me about Angola. I think for Mauritania it will be too much. I think the strength of the two teams will be too much to overwhelm Mauritania. So I think for them just to have a good goal. I don't know. I think Angola could do something. But I expect Tunisia to top the group. And I think it's going to be a tough battle between Mali and Angola. I don't know why. Something just tells me that Mali shouldn't just assume to go all the way through them. So I think Mali and Angola to do the way through. Oh, who knows, man? Something Tunisia have underwhelmed, and maybe Mali may top the group, and it could be a battle between Tunisia and Angola. I just think for Angola, do not sleep on them. But if I'm going to say this right now, I'll say Mali, Tunisia to go through. Group F, the guys who should have hosted it. Cameroon, Ghana, Benin, Guinea-Bissau. Cameroon and Ghana should go through. I don't think Benin and Guinea-Bissau should prove to be powerful enough or strong enough to really battle with Cameroon and Ghana. So I do expect both Cameroon and Ghana to make it through for sure, 100%. So Cameroon, the holders, the defenders, maybe something to prove by feeling that they were unjustly had this competition taken away from them. Who knows? I don't know the details behind everything. And for Ghana, man, look, man, the great underachievers, the true great underachievers, our loyal neighbors, our amicable rivals, but these are the great underachievers. They have to come and prove that, look, man, let's try and win it, because it's been a long time since Ghana have lifted up this trophy. I think it's going to be very hard. Again, I told you, the North African soil is a very tough thing. So for Cameroon and Ghana, both of them to go through. So that's my little rant now. This is something I always say whenever this Nations Cup comes around. Local-based coaches. It sickens me that so many of these nations seek to get foreign-based coaches. And this is for everybody. Why can't Nigeria have a Nigerian coach? Why can't Cameroon have a Cameroonian coach? Why can't Egypt have an Egyptian coach? Why can't the Tunisians have a Tunisian coach? Why can't the Algerians have an Algerian coach? Why not? I believe there should be a rule that, especially for countries, same thing with players, your manager must either be locally indigenous from the country, or they should have at least changed their citizenship. Or if they have dual citizenship, but basically they must be a citizen of the country to be the manager of the team. 100%. I am 1,000% foreign-based coaches. Call me old-fashioned. I'm 100% foreign-based coaches. So that's what I want to see. So I want to just look in, because again, I'm not really looked at all of the managers, but I am going to be looking at to see how many no-name European coaches are managing these teams. These same Europeans who can sniff a single job in Europe, but some are given the job for a national team. Again, I can go into slave mentality, blah, and the whole racial thing, but that's for another side. But I'm just hoping that I see more local-based coaches. This is why I love DR Congo so much. Hopefully, he's still the manager, DR Congo. They have a local-based coaches, and those guys play amazing, entertaining football. That's why, even if everyone's screen, a team that I'm hoping to go really far, and a team that I'm really hoping to really watch and I'm really rooting for to do well is DR Congo. Because I really like them, and I'm just so happy that they have a local-based coach who I hope that they still have. So, looking at everything, man, Egypt are very strong favorites. As I said again, look at the record. Whenever it's held on North African soil, these are not, and they are extremely hard to beat, because I always say football is about mentality and the kind of support these guys are going to get. Every time you face Egypt, it's going to be extremely hard. I think it's in Alexandria or something, the stadium. The crowd will be intense. And I think for Salah, this is something he really wants. Because that's like he wants a champion and everything. To win the Nations Cup on home soil, that for me, for Salah, I think he'll know that would be greater than any Champions League win. And the only thing that could equal that is winning the World Cup, which is very, very unlikely. So Salah could be on the cusp of, for him, his personal greatest achievement, winning the Nations Cup for Egypt on a home soil. So, but I think Egypt will be too strong, far too strong. And I'll be surprised if Egypt don't win this because of the home territory factor, because of the Salah factor. But again, I'm looking at Senegal as well. Because they're in Senegal as well, home-based coach, huge support of them. Sadio Mane is one of my favorite players. Let's see how far they go. They've underwhelmed many times, and they should have they've gone to the final. They should have beaten Cameroon. They should have gone to that final in the last time. So whatever the case may be, I am excited for this. As we said, like my favorite competition, of course, is the World Cup, followed by the Nations Cup. I love the Euros, I love the Copa America, but just from a personal point of view, the Nations Cup is always something that is really personal to me. I am from the continent and so on and so forth. And I just think that it is a great... Because also for people who are geographically challenged, I do think that Africa is a monolith and you enjoy football. Watch the Nations Cup and maybe do a little Google on Wikipedia. Oh, let's look at the cousins of Uganda, of Benin, of Tanzania, of Morocco, of Namibia or Benin, and just look at all of the different countries and different cultures and traditions that exist on the continent. Repeat, we are not all the same. So guys, I cannot wait till this pops up. Peace. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hot patron by pledging an amount each month and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hot Patron page. Peace. Head over to the official site at halffootballhot.com or just click over here.